Hi, Robert Chuckrow here. As a preface, I need to tell you that this video actually was a mock-up, and I wasn't sure of what I was going to say, and there was a little bit of hesitation, and my voice was a little raspy. But I kept it because at about the 5.5-minute point, just as I was saying, you never know what's going to happen next, there was an earthquake. And you can see it in the video when you see my reaction. Hi, Robert Chuckrow here. In this video, I'm going to explore the idea that a teacher, a student of Taiji, a teacher of Taiji should at least have some exposure to the martial aspect of Taiji. And if the question I'll ask is if you should, why? Why should you? And if you shouldn't or don't need to, why wouldn't you need to? I have had somewhat of an exposure to the martial. I wouldn't consider myself a high-level expert in that, but I've had teachers, and most of the teachers I've had emphasized the martial and taught it and tried to inculcate it in me to a certain extent successfully. And so I'm talking from some experience. Here's what I see. When I watch people doing Taiji, I see that even a lot of people who are high level in many aspects boss their bodies around. They're telling their bodies what to do. And this is a problem for a number of reasons in Taiji. One reason is that it deprives you of having the experience of just observing natural movement, observing the natural movement of the body, instead of trying to replicate what it was that your teacher taught you, or your idea of how the movement should go, and the timing thereof. This is a problem that I see, and I've worked for many years on eliminating that mental aspect of it. And I feel that came from my study of the martial. And here's why. If somebody is threatening you, is going to attack you, the best thing you can do is de-escalate that. De-escalating might involve apologizing. It might involve relaxing the other person, yourself and the other person. It might involve a whole bunch of things that can save you from either being hurt or hurting another person and experiencing the repercussions thereof. On the other hand, it's very important to know in what I've learned is how to do that de-escalation, and if that doesn't work, to be able to deal with it physically and mentally. And the way to deal with that physically is as follows: that when the other person tries to hurt you, your movement is such that the other person somehow misses, somehow doesn't get it, isn't able to do it. And it's not because you've shown them that you're stronger than them, that you're quicker than them, that you're more highly skilled than they are, but that you just move in a way that protects yourself without alerting them to the idea that you did that. The only way you can do that is to move naturally and not to try to boss the other person around. If you do, that becomes hard style. And the person who wins is going to be the person who's stronger and faster and knows more techniques. And that may not be you, because there's always somebody better. And there's always every situation is different. Who knows what elements? That was an earthquake. Wow. That was an earthquake. Anyway, getting back to this. So, by understanding natural movement, you can do it that way in a self-defense situation. And the benefit of that is that the other person just figures you were lucky that somehow it didn't work. Just as I went to hit him, he happened to move away. Instead, if you are bullying the other person, the other person will keep escalating, maybe leave, and then come back with a gun or a knife or a stick or a sword or who knows what, and maybe even a group of people who are highly trained. And so how can you deal with in a self-defense situation that way, in the good way, if you can't even do it in your own body? If you're bullying your own body when you do movement that comes from self-defense movements, because that was the origination of Taiji, you can't do that with your own body. How are you going to do it when somebody else is attacking you? You're not. But it's not good to do it with your own body. So by studying it from that point of view, studying Taiji from that point of view, you have to learn how to not bully your body, how to feel what's natural and go with it. That will help you to live longer. Not necessarily because you're not going to get into a fight where somebody's going to hurt you, but because of the daily use of your body. So in all the movements, it's important to feel the extent to which you're bullying your body and the extent to which your body is moving naturally. Not easy to do, but if you don't think that way, you'll never get that. Thank you.